to the stars, look at the sky at night. Tell me that heaven ain't black on everything I love. Try not to brag till you bring it up. Tunnel vision, block opinions, and I could give what think of us. Duck, jab, hooks in it through the roof with an uppercut. Tell the truth, shut the devil up. In the booth, I'm untouchable. Crazy thing they with me. Yeah, crazy thing they with me. Run up on me, baby, so you gon' see. Yeah, got power from my head and my feet.
Yeah.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, we write a finish to Week 12 with a good Monday night matchup between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Houston Texans. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And some room to maneuver. Touchdown, Houston. Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they have both over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Mitchell. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try to keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Texans, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over it that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw a couple of plays that we just saw there. Some incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
To throw on 3rd down, Mitchell. And he comes back with one complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Give the rookie another one on this opening drive and a first down with it. A nice start, Charles, for the first-year passer. He's come out, made a few plays, nice plays to begin this contest.
He certainly has. And if he finishes off this drive with a touchdown pass, I bet we don't call him rookie anymore. We'll move him right to veteran and continue from there.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's out of the backfield and goes backwards. Now they get 4th down after the loss of 1.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Once more, Gibson. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Throwing here, Howell. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Von Miller in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. That's complete. It's Okuegbunam. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, you got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
He'll get that complete to Alberto. And he is going to have the Raiders first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. 7-7, our score after 1. First and 10, Taylor now. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Mitchell to throw on 2nd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to pass protect, all the receivers in their battalions, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's Howell. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. The Texans at 9-1 on the year. They've been flawless these last couple months, winners of 9 in a row.
And let's give them a ton of credit, because in a league that's built on any given Sunday, any team can win.
And the defense, they get to Howell. He'll go down here. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. 102 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. And he finds McLaurin. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up the first and goal.
One of those turning point plays in a ball game. They're going to get you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. He pushes forward for maybe 3 at the 6-yard line. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Back to the ground with Gibson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
3rd and goal, option right. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now. The kick by Lutz is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun, Mitchell. It's caught, Smith. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here's Gibson to start the drive.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Faking the handoff, Howell.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it, and the Raiders will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. DJ Chark, 38 yards.
And the Raiders will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Koo now for the point after.
It's good, and it's 21-10.
Makes the score Raiders 21, Texans.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it.
And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down.
And the Raiders will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Howell down to throw it.
And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here.
And the Raiders have got him. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens.
And here's Matt Araiza now.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And out of bounds, this will depend on where they spot it, and they'll say at the 45.
At their own 45-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just 1 snap of the football.
And he's got room. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So that, Charles, his 2nd touchdown of the ball game. He had the more standard receiving touchdown earlier. This time he finds the end zone in the run game.
Yeah, it's almost as if he said, well, that's how I normally do it. That's almost boring. Give me another opportunity. This time I'll use my legs only and get into the end zone.
So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. This is Smith with a grab. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 43. 19 yards that time for number 19.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in for second half blowout material. On the counter, it's Taylor.
And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
They run once more with Taylor.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
To throw is Mitchell. To throw on 3rd down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 22-yard line.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor.
A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Raiders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
23 yards to pick up there. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Second down, Howell now. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
So here we go, 4th down, Howell. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Airing it out deep for Smith. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Raiders. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Raiders will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And that'll carry. The end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
On 2nd and 9, Howell. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. 3rd and long. Here's Howell. He completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
It's a gain of 6.
They'll run with Gibson. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Pierce. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Las Vegas sending out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And after all those wins that they've reeled off, it seems that they finally have met their match in a big 4th quarter hole. But still, what a run it's been. It feels like they have not lost in forever. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
This will complete to Curtis Samuel. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down. Powell to the air on 1st and 10. This to McLaurin out on the left side. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Powell throwing on 1st down here. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 41. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helped seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Here's the Raiders punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about it. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. So a big chunk of yardage will be marked off there for that PI call.
And now you know why receivers and the guys throwing the ball, they like to collaborate and just heave it up sometimes, because you can get these types of calls that go against the defense. Pass interference.
And now here is another interception. Anthony Averett picks it. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
It certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
And they'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. And they will take a knee here. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Las Vegas sending out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On 2nd and 10, Powell. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Las Vegas, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they go down to defeat for just the second time in 11 games so far. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville.
You see, it's two type of people in life. It's people that wake up and wish they had it. And it's people that wake up and go get it. We go get it, baby. Let's go. Photo poor, so photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life
I just scraped it off the top, put it on the road, on the dirt, on the block. I was already sold out of work by 10 o'clock. Too deep in the streets, felt that pain, but it meant a lot. Yeah.
You're in the presence of the realest essence. I've been serving lessons since the days of my adolescence. On the Cypress block, young buck holding the like we knew it all. Not afraid to do it all. Matter of fact, to look back and do it all. I can remember the haters say the game will ruin y'all. What's that to me? Don't give about a hater. Let them like the in my paper.
They call me Big Dog, riding with the hillbilly. Cubone staying with the lick. Really became a boss many years back. When I'm gone, can be pull your tears back. We put the bang and produce. You got no chance of hanging. They take the tails when you're flipping the quarter. We ain't slowing down, we crashing through the border.